Hello friends, in last lecture we saw the midpoint theorem and intercept theorem. We also saw the proof of midpoint theorem, its proof of converse midpoint theorem. Now in this lecture we'll see question based on those theorems. So here is the very first question taken from page number 492. Example number 1. In the adjoining figure, two points A and B, lie on the same side, the same side of line xy, if AD perpendicular xy, BE perpendicular xy, BE perpendicular xy, and C is midpoint, of AB, then prove that CD is equal to CE. Okay, so diagram is given in the question itself. Okay, 2 points A and B are on the same side of the line xy. This is x and y. Further it is given this point is D, this point is E. Okay. C is midpoint of AB. So we have to prove this CD is equal to CE. Okay. Let us see how to prove CD equal to CE. See, this is given perpendicular, this is also given perpendicular. Now if I draw a perpendicular CQ on XY, so now it is AD perpendicular XY, CQ perpendicular XY, BE perpendicular XY. It means this AD is parallel to CQ, is parallel to B. All three sides are parallel. This AD parallel CQ parallel B. Now it is also given CE midpoint, that means AC equal to CB. So if we remember about the intercept theorem, it says that if the intercept of one transversal between three or more parallel lines are equal, then intercept between another parallel line will also be equal. That means here I can say DQ equal to QE by intercept theorem, and then I can prove these two triangles congruent, and hence I will be able to say that CD equal to CE. So let us see the solution. Given A and B lie on the same side of XY. Okay, A and B lie on the same side of XY. AD perpendicular XY, BE perpendicular XY. Okay, AD perpendicular XY, BE perpendicular XY. That's it. Also it is given AC is equal to CB. AC is equal to CB. To prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove CD is equal to CE. CD is equal to CE, that we have to prove. So let us see its proof. Okay, a small construction is required. Construction, draw CQ perpendicular XY. Draw CQ perpendicular XY. Okay, draw CQ perpendicular XY. Now we'll see its proof. Okay, so first we'll use the intercept theorem to say dq equal to QE. So for that we have to say that these three are parallel. So AD perpendicular XY, BE perpendicular XY given, and CQ perpendicular XY by construction. Therefore AD parallel BE parallel CQ. also AC is equal to CB, given. Therefore DQ is equal to QE by intercept theorem. Now let it be question number 1. Now in triangle DCQ, and triangle ECQ I can write DQ equal to QE. DQ is equal to QE from first. Angle DQC is equal to angle CQE, each 90 degree by construction, and CQ equal to CQ common, and CQ is equal to CQ, that is common. So therefore I can say, okay, therefore triangle DCQ, triangle DCQ is congruent to triangle ECQ by side angle side, and finally therefore I can say CD equal to CE. Therefore CD is equal to CE by CPCT, hence proof. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see next question. Okay, next question is again from page number 492 only. Example number 2. In the adjoining figure points M and N divide the side AB of triangle ABC, divide the side AB of triangle ABC, into three equal parts. Into three equal parts. Line segment MQ, MP and NQR and NQR both parallel to BC and meet AC, to BC and meet AC in P and Q respectively, and Q respectively. Prove that P and Q divide AC. Prove that P and Q divide AC into three equal parts. Okay, so think for a while, then I will give it solution. Okay, now we'll see its solution. Okay, so figure is given. In the adjoining figure, point M and N. So this is the diagram which is given. Okay, point M and N divide the line segment. This is point M and this is point N. This is triangle ABC. Divide the line segment AB into three equal parts. Line segment MP is and NQ both are parallel to BC. So we have to prove that P and Q divide AC into three parts. It's but obvious. See, it's easy. So what we have given M and N, or in this way, M belongs to AB, N belongs to AB, such that AM equal to divides into three equal parts. That means AM equal to MN equal to NB, such that AM is equal to MN is equal to NB. Okay, P belongs to AC, Q belongs to AC. Also, it is given MP parallel to NQ parallel to BC. Okay, what we have to prove? We have to prove that P and Q divides AC into three equal parts. That means we have to prove AP equal to PQ is equal to QC. A small construction is required. Draw line L parallel to MP parallel to NQ parallel to BC. As these three are parallel, but obvious if we draw a line parallel to MP, by it will be parallel to remaining two. Through point A. Through point A. Okay. In this way, I am drawing a line L parallel to this. Now proof, it's very easy. See, now L parallel MP parallel NQ parallel BC as well as AM equal to MN equal to NB. Therefore, we can say AP equal to PQ equal to QC. What? Because of, why? Because of intercept theorem. Intercept theorem says if intercept of one transversal between three or more parallel lines are equal, then intercepts of another transversal between those three or more parallel lines will also be equal. So proof L parallel MP parallel NQ parallel BC by construction. Also AM is equal to MN is equal to NB given. Therefore AP is equal to, or PQ is equal to QC by intercept theorem. Hence proof. That's it. Please note it down, then we'll see next question. Okay, now next we'll see question number, example number 7th. Example number 7th, page number 494. Page number 494, example number 7. It says in the adjoining figure ABC is an isosceles triangle. In the adjoining figure ABC is an isosceles triangle. ABC is isosceles in which AB is equal to AC, in which AB equal to AC, and DEF are the midpoints of BCCA and AB respectively. Show that AD perpendicular FE. Show that AD perpendicular FE and AD bisected by, and AD is bisected by, and AD is bisected by FE. Okay, so here again diagram is given. However, the information was sufficient so that you can draw the diagram by your own, but it is given in the question. ABC is an isosceles triangle. ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB equal to AC. D, E and F are midpoints of. D is midpoint of BC. E is midpoint of CA. E is midpoint of EA, and F is midpoint of AB. Okay, so we have to show that AD perpendicular, that AD is perpendicular to FE. Okay, this AD is perpendicular to FE. Also you have to show that AD is bisected by FE. So let this point is Q for a while. Now what we have given in triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC, that is given. D, E and F are midpoint. So actually it is given AF equal to FB, AE equal to EC, BD equal to DC. Okay, so we have AF equal to FB, AE is equal to EC, and BD is equal to DC. What we have to prove? First thing we have to prove AD perpendicular FE. AD perpendicular FE. That means actually we have to prove this angle AQF equal to 90 degree. So AD perpendicular FE, that is we need to prove angle AQF or AQE, whatever. Angle AQE is equal to 90 degree. That we have to prove. That is angle AQE is equal to 90 degree. Okay, next we have to prove AD is bisected by FE. That means we have to prove AQ equal to QD. That means we have to prove AQ is equal to QD. Okay, to prove this, and AQ is equal to QD, that we have to prove. So think for a while, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so let us see how to prove this. See, it's not that much difficult to prove. So here we'll use midpoint theorem to prove this. See, F is midpoint of AB, E is midpoint of AC. It is given. So I can say this FE is parallel to BC. Now if I construct one line in this way, that L is parallel to, or let us say, okay, L is parallel to this. So now L is parallel to BC by construction. L and FE is parallel to BC, we proved. So these three lines are parallel. So by intercept, I can say as AF equal to FB, but obvious AQ will be equal to QD. Okay, so that we proved AQ equal to QD. Now we have to prove that this angle will be 90 degree. Okay, so think for a while that how to prove this angle is 90 degree, then we will give you the detailed solution. Okay, that was the one way to prove these are perpendicular. Now to prove, sorry, this was the one way to prove that AQ equal to QD. Now to prove this angle is 90 degree, we can do two things. Either we prove these two triangles congruent. That can be done over here because this AF equal to FE, we have this information. Okay, but we do not have information whether AQ equal to FQ equal to QE or not. Okay, this is common, these are equal. Okay, if we use the property of the isosceles triangle, see AD is the median, and in an isosceles triangle median is also angle bisector. Okay, so these two angles will be equal. So by side angle side we can say triangles are congruent, and then by CPCT we can prove these two triangles congruent, and as the sum of these two is 180, so each will be 90. This is the one way. Another way, we simply what we do, see, if I join this FD, okay, as well as this DE, so this FD is parallel to AC as well as is equal to half of AC by midpoint theorem. Okay, so FD is equal to AE, FE is parallel to AE, so this will be a parallelogram. One pair of opposite side is equal parallel, will be a parallelogram. In parallelogram, diagonal bisect each other. Okay, so by that way I can say AQ equal to QD. Now see, this equal to this we proved because it's a parallelogram. Similarly, DE equal to AF again by midpoint theorem. But these two are equal, so this will be a rhombus, and in a rhombus diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree, so we'll get these two results simultaneously. So we'll go with this method. Okay, in construction, a small construction is required. Construction, join FD and DE, join FD and DE. Okay, now we'll see its proof. So in triangle ABC, F is midpoint of AB, F is midpoint of AB, and D is midpoint of, and D is midpoint, and D is midpoint of BC, and D is midpoint of BC. So by midpoint theorem, I can say FD is equal to half of AC and FD parallel AC. Okay, therefore I can say FD is equal to AE. Okay, because E is midpoint of AC. FD is equal to AE and FD parallel AC. Let it be first one. So here one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, parallelogram. Okay, thus quadrilateral AFDE is a parallelogram. Let it be second. Okay, one pair of opposite side is equal as well as parallel, so it's a parallelogram. As it's a parallelogram, I can say DE is equal to AF, isn't it? DE is equal to AF. Let it be third one. Reason, opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Now from now we have AB equal to AC, that is given. Therefore AB by 2 is equal to AC by 2. Therefore now half of AB is AF, half of AC is AE. let it be fourth. See, now this first says FD equal to FE. Here it says DE equal to AF, and here AF equal to AE. So AF and AE are equal from this, so FD and DE will be equal. So from first, second and third I can say, from first, second and third I can say that FD equal to, sorry, from first, second and third I can say this FD equal to DE. FD is equal to DE. Okay, let it be fourth. Sorry, let it be fifth. Now see, this AFD is a parallelogram having adjacent sides equal, says it's a rhombus. From second and fifth quadrilateral AFDE is a parallelogram having adjacent sides equal, therefore quadrilateral AFDE is a rhombus. Okay, a quadrilateral having adjacent side equal is called a rhombus. And as it's a rhombus, I can say AD perpendicular FE. Therefore, AD perpendicular FE and AQ equal to QD, and AQ equal to QD. Hence proof. Okay, reason behind this you can write: diagonals of rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. That is the reason. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, here this construction is actually not required. I draw this line when I was using the intercept theorem, but as I didn't use the intercept theorem, so this construction portion you can remove. It is not required. I only use the midpoint theorem. Okay, now let us see the next question. Question number, example number 8 actually, page number 495. Page 495, example number 8. Okay, now this question actually we solved already. Okay, but over there we solve this by method of congruency, and here we'll use it. We solve this by midpoint theorem. Where it question was that I am giving you, that question was actually at page number 394, exercise 9.1, question number 7. Okay, these two questions are same. Over there we use the congruency. Here again we might use some part of congruency, but here definitely we'll use the midpoint theorem to prove this. Question is, let ABC be a triangle. Let ABC be a triangle. Let ABC be a triangle right angled at B, right angled at B, and D be the midpoint, and D be the midpoint, and D be the midpoint of AC, then we have to prove, see, D is the midpoint, so then we have to prove DA equal to DB equal to DC, or we have to prove point D is the equidistant from the all its three vertices. Okay, so let us see. Here diagram is not given, although it is not required to give the diagram in the question, because information is sufficient so that you can draw the diagram by your own. Okay, let ABC be a triangle. So this ABC is a triangle, a right angled at B. Okay, ABC be a triangle right angled at B, and D is midpoint of AC. If you remember this question, it was like prove that BD equal to half of AC, or half of AC means AD and DC, so BD equal to DA equal to DC. Okay, here then prove that DA DB is equal to DC. Okay, so what we have given in triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degree, AD is equal to DC. To prove DA equal to DB is equal to DC, that we have to prove. So think for a while, then I will give it solution. Okay, this will take very less time, so let us see how to prove this. A small construction is required. See, if I draw a perpendicular, let the perpendicular is DQ. Okay, let the perpendicular is DQ. Now this angle is 90 degree, that means DQ parallel CB. D is midpoint, so Q will be midpoint of B by converse midpoint theorem. So as soon as this will be midpoint, I will be able to prove these two triangles congruent, AQ equal to QB, D one angle 90 degree. Okay, so construction, draw DQ perpendicular AB, or I can say draw DQ parallel CB, is the same thing. If I draw its parallel, this will be 90 degree. Okay, or if I draw perpendicular, again it will be 90 degree. Okay, so that will save my time if I say draw DQ parallel BC. Draw DQ parallel BC. Okay, now we'll see its proof. See, DQ is parallel to CB. It is passing from the, now for a while I am removing this. Now in this triangle, D is the midpoint of AC. Okay, D is the midpoint of AC. Let me make it. Okay, D is the midpoint of AC and DQ parallel BC. So what converse midpoint theorem says, if a line segment is drawn from the midpoint of one side parallel to the second side, it will bisect the third side. That means Q will be midpoint of AB. Q will be midpoint of AB. That means we have AQ equal to QB. So before that, DQ parallel BC. Therefore I can say angle AQD is equal to angle ABC. Angle ABC, corresponding angles. Okay, therefore I can say angle AQD is equal to angle ABC. AQD is equal to 90 degree. Therefore angle, as AQD 90, BQD is also 90. Therefore angle BQD is equal to angle AQD is equal to 90 degree. Let it be 1. Now in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of AC and DQ parallel BC. So by converse midpoint theorem, DQ bisects AB. Therefore AQ is equal to QB. Let it be second. Now we'll come to the triangles. Okay, now in triangle, or here, now in triangle AQD, and triangle BQD, AQ equal to BQ, AQ is equal to BQ from second, angle AQD is equal to angle BQD from first, and third part getting O, and QD equal to QD common. QD is equal to QD common. Therefore I can write triangle AQD. Therefore triangle AQD is congruent to triangle BQD. Okay, therefore triangle AQD is congruent to triangle BQD by side angle side. These two triangles are congruent. Therefore I can say AD equal to DB. Therefore AD is equal to DB by CPCT, CPCT. Let it be equation number 3rd. Also we have AD equal to DC. Also AD is equal to DC, that is given. Let it be 4th, that is given. From 3rd and 4th, from 3rd and 4th, I can say AD or DA is equal to DB is equal to DC. Hence proof. So this took less time. Okay, here again I constructed DQ parallel BC. You can also construct DQ perpendicular to AB, or one can also construct in that way, let Q is midpoint, then join DQ. So again it will be parallel to BC. Ultimately you have to show that DQ parallel BC, that gives you this angle, and by proving these two triangle congruent you will get the required result. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Next question is, ABCD is a quadrilateral, that is page number 495, example number 9. Now see, the similar question is given in your exercise, in exercise 10.3. Similar question is there, exercise 10.3, question number 7, page number 501. Okay, exercise 10.3, question number 7, page number 501, and that is also in the example, that is example number 9. So it says ABCD is a, in other words it says that quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Here it is given ABCD is a quadrilateral in which P, Q, R and S are midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. AC is diagonal, show that. Okay, we have to show, what we have to show, that three things it given we have to show. So let us see its proof. It is given ABCD is a quadrilateral and their midpoints of the sides are also given, and you have to show, ultimately you have to show that the quadrilateral that will get by joining the midpoints of this quadrilateral will be a parallelogram. PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, so given, okay, first of all ABCD is a quadrilateral. So I'm drawing a quadrilateral. See, when it is says quadrilateral, do not draw a special type of diagram. That means do not draw rectangle or rhombus or trapezium, okay, or square. Just it should be a quadrilateral. Okay, so ABCD is a quadrilateral. PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA. PQ, R and S. Okay, now ultimately we have to prove this will be a parallelogram. So given what we have given, P, Q, R and S are midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and DA of quadrilateral ABCD. To prove, now there are three things in the question that you SR parallel AC, SR parallel AC, but obvious it will be okay. See here the third one which says PQRS is a parallelogram. To prove PQRS is a parallelogram, we have to prove first and second by default. SR parallel AC and SR equal to AC by 2 or half of AC. Second, you have to prove PQ equal to SR. PQ equal to SR. That again we have to prove PQ equal to SR. And third, you have to prove that PQRS is a parallelogram. Quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. That you have to prove the third one. So by default, to prove the third one you need to prove first and second. So let us see its proof, or before that we need a small construction. Okay, this same question can be framed in this way, that quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So here I am joining AC, however it is given in the question, but here we'll join AC. Now proof. See, what are the basic conditions to prove a quadrilateral is a parallelogram? We have to prove its both pair of opposite sides are parallel, or we have to prove its one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So see, here I can say SR. See, S and R are the midpoints of AD and DC. So SR is parallel to AC, SR equal to half of AC. In triangle ADC, S and R are midpoints of AD and RC, So by midpoint theorem, what midpoint theorem says, that line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle, I am talking about triangle ADC, here S is midpoint, R is midpoint, so line segment joining the midpoint of these two sides will be parallel to third, half of third. So this gives you first one, SR equal to AC, SR parallel to AC and SR equal to half of AC, hence proved first. Okay, let's say this is the equation number 1. Okay, this is the first one that you have to prove. Okay, now in triangle ABC, P and Q are midpoints. P and Q are midpoints of AB and BC respectively. So by midpoint theorem, I can say PQ parallel AC and PQ equal to half of AC. Let it be equation number 2. So from first and 2, see here SR half of AC, here PQ half of AC, so SR equal to PQ. So from first and second, I can say both the things. I can say from first and second, I can say SR equal to PQ. Okay, SR equal to PQ, let it be equation number 3, and SR parallel PQ, let it be fourth. So here actually I proved second, hence proved second. Okay, so it is almost done. So now from third, fourth, okay, from third and fourth, both pairs, sorry, from third and fourth, one pair of opposite side, one pair of opposite side of quadrilateral PQRS is equal and parallel. Therefore quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram, hence proved third. Okay, here we proved one pair of opposite side is equal as well as parallel, so it's a parallelogram. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.